Hey guys, happy Sunday. It's Daryl here. It is 6 p.m. here in Connecticut on the East Coast. All right, I want to talk to the Trump supporters out there and let me set up this situation. Okay, I've been on TikTok a lot today, Facebook and whatnot, and I see a lot of Trump supporters out there confronting the Black Lives Matter peaceful protesters, screaming about how Chicago there's black on black violence in Chicago, and you shouldn't be complaining because there's black people killing black people, and you have no right to complain. I've seen this all over the place. All right, let me talk to you guys for 1 second. I spent 23 years as not only a drug addict but as a drug dealer. I live in Connecticut here. I used to go down to the South Bronx. I don't know if and Harlem, about 145th Street in Amsterdam. I used to go down there on a weekly basis. All right, let me tell you what I see with drug dealing here. The higher up, the higher echelons, the people with the money, the people with the control and the power, a lot of times they're white guys. All right, the people going in from the suburbs to buy these drugs, white guys. The people in the middle, a lot of the people in the middle are black guys, more or less being used because of few options and just as easy dupes to sell drugs. Yeah, I said it, but it's the truth. All right, so let me go on now. So, Trump supporters, your argument is, and you bring up Chicago all the time, probably because Barack Obama lives there or lived there. Your argument is that there's all this black on black violence in Chicago, so Black Matters protesters are hypocrites. They've got no right complaining about being killed by the police. Really? That's your fucking argument? So, there's drug-fueled gang violence in the inner city, in all inner cities. The drug problem in this country is not exclusively the problem of black America. From what I saw, most of the money is coming from the white suburbs that was fueling. Without this money, there's no drug problem. Without these drug buyers, there's no drug problem. So the money going in there, a lot of this is over money, is over white people's money. But let's just forget all about all that for right now. Let's just talk about how you think it's okay that there's some innocent guy, some innocent black kid, 23 years old, coming home from a college, working a night job, getting pulled over and end up shot dead on the side of the highway by a bad cop. You think that nobody has any right to complain because there's drug-fueled violence up in Chicago. You think some father walking his kid in New Jersey should be harassed by one of these Karens just because she thinks he looks out of place. She doesn't think black people belong in this building. So you think it's okay. Black people shouldn't complain about that, after all, because there's this drug-fueled violence in Chicago, so they've got no right to complain about any of this. Seriously, that's your argument. Do you understand how freaking racist that is? You're saying that they should put up with white people killing them because there's a drug problem, a drug and gang and violence problem in this country, which is not the exclusive problem of the black community. It's all of our problems. I spent 23 years in drug addiction. I know. Am I black? No. This is like saying that okay, so we have all these right-wing extremists in Florida, in Las Vegas, these right-wing nut job cases with guns. I don't know, there's probably been about 20 of them in the last 4 years. It's like saying, white people, you cannot complain. You can expect to get robbed and murdered on the street anywhere you go, and you can't complain about it, because as long as there's this right-wing nut job extremist murder problem, you've got no right to complain. You just expect to be murdered, because until you solve this right-wing extremist problem, well, then we don't want to hear it. You're just going to have to expect to get your family to get murdered, raped, and robbed, because, well, you got to deal with this right-wing extremist problem first. So until you deal with that, expect to die. You're not going to get any sympathy from the rest of us. Yeah, it's like that. How can you seriously say this? I hope I got through to somebody. All right, you guys have a good Sunday.